This podcast is proudly presented by Sustainable Eco Pole Wear by Pole Dancer. Minimalist design, soft touch, and best support for your pole tricks. Follow Pole Dancer on Instagram to find out more. Today's interview guest is Katja Heels from Copenhagen. She is an amazing exotic pole dancer who just recently became a mother. So we are talking about her pregnancy, and you will learn how to listen to your body, how to become the best version of your pole self, and how to discover new possibilities within your movements. Welcome to the Pole Dance Podcast. My name is Claudia, and today I have a new interview guest, and it's Katja Heels from Denmark, from Copenhagen. And she's mainly an exotic pole dancer, or known for her amazing Russian style exotic, or maybe crazy style, I call it. And she also won various competitions. Maybe you've seen her at Pole Theater Greece in the Classique edition, and also Pole in Motion. So you have seen her on stage, and now you'll hear her in the podcast. And thank you, Katja, for being here with me. So nice to see you.
Hello, darling. I'm really flattered. Thank you for the amazing introduction. I'm really happy to talk with you today about whatever we have to talk about today.
There's so many topics that we can actually discuss, but just recently you became a mom, so congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. I did. My baby is now 5 weeks, so it's still pretty small, very cute. Yeah. And I'm on maternity leave. Chilling it, not chilling. One thing I'm not doing is chilling, but yeah, that's true.
So I want to talk about this a little bit later, but maybe you can, tell us about your path to becoming the pole dancer you are today. Like, when did you start, and how were your first steps? Because seeing your Instagram videos, even now after you got the baby, it's always like, wow, it's always an explosion when you do something. So when did you start, and how was your development of your skills?
Thank you so much for it was actually a funny story how I started. I had a classmate in the university who we were traveling together to one of our study trips to China. And this guy, he was a little bit older than us, and such a nice guy, and I kind of I knew that he was kind of never showing up for the lectures because he had his own business, right? And I was like, okay, Thomas, so what do you do? And he said, I have pole studios. It's like, well, that's weird. Okay, so what kind of creepy strip place is that? He's like, no, that's a cool, a sports studio. You should try.
Oh, wow.
I said, yeah, right. Okay, of course. And then actually I did try. And, my background is I was a dancer since I was 6 until I left to Denmark. I'm originally from Riga. So I was doing dancing, like folk dancing, classic dancing for 13 years. It was a very, very nice kind of a basis for my, movements, for my body, because I started really, really young. So some of these, basic thing at how your lines should be, how your feet and hands should be, they're pretty embedded, in me. So that's a nice thing. And when I tried pole dancing for the first time, I fell so much in love. It was the love from the first sight. I couldn't lift my arms for 2 days after. And I started like crazy. I started 5 times a week.
Wow.
2-3 hours every time. I couldn't get enough. And then I had a very long break because I went to Portugal. And then I discovered that pole dancing in Denmark is so cheap compared to everywhere else. And I was a student, and it was super expensive in Portugal. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'll just make a little break. And then I came back, and then it kind of went, same pace, and I became an instructor pretty quickly. And then the heels, I always thought that I don't want to do heels because it's weird. It's okay, so it's sport we're doing, so why do you want to put on this weird outfit and heels and Like, who do you think you are? Like, what are you trying? You know, I always thought it's so ridiculous. And then I tried it myself and I was like, whoa, my legs are so long. Oh my God, my posture looks amazing. Okay, I'm sticking with this. And then, so I started to just try things and look at, the girls who were already out there doing exotic dance like Daria Che and the Eva Bembo and Olga Koda, and just, trying to repeat stuff after them. And then just, things. I became a teacher also in my home studio in Copenhagen for exotic, and then I decided to do some competitions, and it went really, really well for me. And then I thought, okay, then I'll just do more if it goes well. And it kind of like went from just a hobby that I thought, okay, I might do sometimes, to, I can say it's a second job that I spend a lot of time doing. And
and just enjoying your free time doing it also.
Exactly. And I have, right now, like after it's been 6 years now, maybe a bit more, since I started for the first time. And I mean, right now, most of my network is people somehow related to pole dance,
Yeah.
And it's just that's what I love doing. And all the people I've ever met in this area, in this kind of field, were so cool. So
I can definitely agree.
Yeah, right.
So
it's an amazing community. So
6 or 7 years that you started pole dance?
Something like that. Yes. It must be 7 actually.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So in 7 years, you learned really quickly.
But I mean, 7 years is a lot, right?
7 years, and then also at the beginning, 5 times 2 to 3 hours. I mean, come on.
But I have this kind of when I'm into something, I want it now. I want this now. So, but I also, I also believe that, sometimes some girls and the, beginners, they're like, oh, I come and I do something 2 times a week for 1 hour. So when am I going to get better?
What's your response to that?
Never.
Oh my God.
No, but never. You have to, I mean, if you want to be good at something, you can never be good at it, doing it 1 hour, 2 times a week. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
If you want to draw or sing or run, it is not possible.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the basic, maybe like, I don't know how it's called in English, but like there's this law of, the amount of the hours that you spend to become a genius. So
Exactly. There's no way around it. It's always work.
Yeah. I mean, people misunderstand talent for this, but at the end, it's always practice, isn't it?
Yeah, but think of this talent. Come on. I mean, how many raw talent do you really know who are just from birth, right? Flexible and have biceps and six pack? Like no one.
Yeah, no one. No, it's
nobody.
Personally, like when I see people who are not pole dancers, but when you see them on the street and you see like they have a body like like with defined muscles and stuff like that. Like I used to think like, what a shallow person. Now I'm thinking like, oh, what a like a persistent person working on their goal and doing a lot of work to actually achieve.
Exactly. That's true. And you have to sacrifice a lot, right?
Yeah.
At the same time.
So how did you manage to, like train 5 times per week and then like 2 or 3 hours? Like, did you do it only with another trainer, with an instructor?
No, it was just classes. I mean, I got a membership and I was just going there all the time. I mean, I never missed a single class. I was doing everything, stretching, dancing, level 1. It is like all the classes that were available in the studio. I was just going to them. So it was, And I was a student, so I had the time to do it. But also when I started working, I also I had a few years when pole dancing was more fun for me than going seeing a movie with my friends. Yeah. It was just more fun. Mm-hmm. So,
It's all about priorities.
Yeah, but I mean, I was also like, okay, there's a movie. Okay, it's an evening, a whole night out. Mm-hmm. But I have to train again tomorrow morning. It was just, yeah.
Decisions, yeah.
Exactly.
And so when you trained that intensively, did you find that, some parts were easier for you, like, doing the dancey kind of moves, or did you work on your weaknesses? How did you approach that?
I mean, definitely, how to say, I could feel that everything that is dancey part is the strong part, yeah, because I know how to move, but everything that is flexibility, everything that is, kind of body control in terms of, all the deadlifts and all of these things that a lot of people from gymnastics background have a really good time with. It's a uphill struggle for me. It still is. And the same with flexibility. Like, I was never flexible from the beginning. So it's something that I always had to push down my throat, like it's just never easy. And it's like, it's like I have a really, really great month where I'm doing a spaghetti with 2 blocks, and then I stop for a week, and then it's just gone again.
Really?
Like, it's just never fucking gets better. Yeah. It's just hard,
Yeah.
And the same with all the strength moves. It's just hard for me. I don't know. It's just difficult. So I was always trying to spend most of my time working on them.
Yeah.
Because it annoys me that I can't.
I can understand. I mean, especially with the splits and the, like the leg flexibility, I kind of feel the same way when I don't practice them. Like, it's not that they are lost completely, but it's like, you're starting at level 1 again. You're not at 0. Yeah. But you're just dropping back.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And, it's like, I always been, because I was doing it from the very young age, I always have like, even if I don't do it for many years, I will still be almost down at my spaghetti. So I'm still there, but it's not the kind of spaghetti which I can use to make beautiful shapes, it's the forced one. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And that's the one I always get down to, even if I stop for few weeks.
Yeah.
So it's so, and especially now, after the pregnancies, like stretching, splits and spaghettis wasn't an option. It was really painful and really, really uncomfortable for the hips and hamstrings. Mm-hmm. So I'm scared. I haven't tried it since. I'm even scared too. So I'm really not looking forward to try.
I mean, I can totally understand that you're just, like kind of like procrastinating that moment of
exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be so frustrated, and I know this day will come, and I think it's like, it's within the next few weeks, like 1-2 weeks that I will try it.
So tell
me about
the pregnancy, because I mean, I remember we were messaging on Instagram a little bit, and you were saying that you feel amazing in your body, and I mean, every pregnancy is different, so
yes,
I understand that. But I want to get a good, like overview how it is to feel pregnant when you're an athlete, when you're, like in tune with your body. Are more in tune than the average person. So how were those changes to your body, and how did you feel the movements were changing?
Yeah, thank you. So it's a nice question, because it's like there's no like one kind of answer that I feel great or I felt bad. It was a really a lot of ups and downs. Mm-hmm. In general, comparing my pregnancy to a lot of other people and friends that I know and etc., I've been super lucky. Like, I have never been sick in terms of morning sicknesses, and I've never had any pains or anything like that. And my stomach started to show only like when I was in the late 5 months. So it was very light to me, and I never had like being swollen or extreme weight gain. It was just nice and really. But having said that, it was a challenge, because so I found out that I'm pregnant actually in Canada when I went to this IPSF pole sports competition world.
Wow.
Like I suspected that there might be something off, but the final kind of like the positive test, I got in there. And it was really funny actually, because you have to confirm in the in this insurance form that the athletes have to fill in that you don't have any heart conditions, you don't have any serious diseases, and you're not pregnant. And I'm like, excuse me, actually, there's one thing here. I am. And they were like, okay, well, then you cannot compete.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, whoa, easy now. I have paid a lot of money to get from Denmark to Canada. So can we just figure this out? So then they allowed me to compete. I just needed to fill in the paper that it's under my own responsibility. And the funny thing is that it was only like 4 weeks or something, right? Like just 1 month. And, I've been running through my routine many times, in the pole sports competition. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it was that day, but I think I'm pretty sure it was pregnancy, because I experienced the similar thing later. When I was on stage, right? I just couldn't. I mean, I competed so many times in my life, and I had my routine in such a good control. When I was on stage, it was like, this dream when you're trying to escape and you're running, but you just can't, you're just not moving. Oh, that was the feeling, but it was reality. And there was a lot of people watching. That was the feeling of me climbing the pole. It's like I'm climbing, but my hands are just numb. They just can't do it. I just don't have air to breathe. I just cannot. And it was so frustrating.
I mean, what do you do then? I mean, that's like
nothing to do. It's nothing to do. And and I was performing right after a girl who came third in the world.
Oh wow!
This was not a good experience. So, and then
but you didn't stop moving, like you.
No, I did what I could, but it was it was not. I could just hear the audience. There was just silence. Yeah. Fine. And then I had actually so many plans, with the workshops and with all kind of travels made for October and November and September. So I had all, kind of scheduled, right? Mm-hmm. And then, I could train, and I was teaching a lot. I still kind of came back to Denmark with my old, schedule of trainings. And the one thing I noticed, I was constantly sick. Like I constantly had flu all the time, So that was one thing that actually was different. So it was not so much, morning sicknesses or pains. It was just, I think, the whole kind of immune system. I just could not do as many trainings as I did. Mm-hmm. And not so much the kind of like direct, impact of, but just general immune system was telling me, Kate, chill the fuck down, right? Mm-hmm. And then the same thing with the flexibility, my dear flexibility, from day one, it just went so bad. Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying, oh, when you get pregnant, your joints become more loose and you become more flexible. For me, it was like completely the opposite.
Really? Because
right away, yeah.
Like everybody say, well, your hips are open and you can do like what? Okay.
No, I and like splits, the front splits, it was like bearable, very painful, but bearable. The spaghetti, it was just out of the picture right away. Not right away, but we're talking like, after a few months, it was just too uncomfortable. So that was funny.
Yeah.
So it was these things, and also it was funny because for the first time in my life, I got offered to be a teacher at the pole camps, and one was in Austria, in Innsbruck, in February, and the other one was in Ibiza in June, and I was so excited. And of course, the Ibiza in June was out of the picture right away. The organizer, of course, she understood me, and she was like, of course, I see it, no problem. Yeah. But the Innsbruck, I decided to keep. And I said, I can do it. I mean, I'm going to be 5 months. Who knows, right? Mm-hmm. But then, again, as I said, every time I was traveling, every time I had to spend in the studio a bit more time, I just woke up with a high fever, flu. And I thought, why am I doing this to myself? And what if I'm going to be sick in that pole camp? Like, is it going to be fun for me? Is it going to be fun for the students? The students want to see a teacher who is super fresh and she's just has so much drive, right?
Yeah.
So I had to cancel that as well because I just didn't know how I was going to be with me in 5 months, right? So I had to cancel that eventually as well. But in the end of the day, it was a good thing, right? Because Innsbruck, it was like the epicenter of coronavirus in February. So actually, it was not a bad idea. I didn't go there. And the same in June, right? The pole camp was also canceled because it was in Ibiza, Spain. So it worked out for me in the end of the day. But yeah, so it was that was kind of my journey in the beginning. Yeah. And I was still continued teaching until March, where I was actually 7 months. Mm-hmm. So it was a pretty long time. I stopped teaching advanced classes when I was at my 5 month. Okay. I could feel that, probably my students deserve a person who is not afraid to do stuff. Mm-hmm. I also, one thing I also noticed is that I got really, really, I became very scared of trying things and of doing things. Okay. I got very scared. It's like, I don't know, I just had this kind of stop in my head saying that, okay, if I try this new trick, what if I'm going to land in a position, when I wasn't sure about my landings or about my entrances, I just couldn't force myself to try stuff.
So that was like a basic instinct that just hit in.
Exactly. And I think it's super cool if people don't have it. I had during my pole dance, I had few injuries, right? Yeah. Nothing serious, but just like a little bit back, a little bit of shoulder here and there. And I just remember the same feeling of when my injury was not completely healed, but I could already train. I felt like I'm scared to try stuff because I might damage it. And it was the same feeling here. I was just not up for stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I was like, that's fine. I don't have to push it. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
So how did you continue your training during that time? Like, did you, like have a schedule or something? Or did you like just do I follow my my inner body, navigator?
Well, I mean, having a, full-time job on the side, right? I always have a schedule.
Okay.
So it's always like, I have to prepare my classes. I have to make a choreography for a class. Then I have to do something for Instagram, Then, so I always have a schedule. So I just kind of try to keep up with my schedule of trainings, few hours during weekends, and then, teaching classes and staying after classes, trying stuff on my own. I tried to keep it up as long as I could. Mm-hmm. And then I just slowly started to, go down until I only was coming to the studio and just dancing without really doing any tricks or anything like that. And I think that was around 6 months where I was like, okay, I don't really feel like going up the pole. I'm just going to dance and just enjoy myself.
Was it because of the fear that you had that you didn't want to go up the pole, or was it just because you felt okay? So it's not.
It was the fear, plus I could really feel that my stomach muscles were just not up for things. So I also kind of like after 5 months, almost after 4 months, I stopped doing any abs exercises. Actually, maybe even earlier. I could really feel that my abs is just, even though you couldn't see my stomach, I could just feel that it's not as strong. Like, I could kind of sense it. And I know that if you force it too much, you can have this condition where you have like the abs are going apart too much. And then, no, you don't know that. You will find out.
I don't know anything about pregnancy. So you might...
No, so what they say, is because, of course, your stomach is growing, right? And then your abs is, stretching out. But it's not just, it can't stretch. So it's kind of like going, if you look at six-pack, right, in the middle, they're just splitting apart. Yeah. And going out to the sides. So, of course, when they're in this position, they cannot function, right? Yeah. So, and some people, if they continue doing, pushing and doing wrong exercises, doing wrong movements with their body while their abs start to separate, there's a big chance that it will not grow back together as it used to. So you will always have this kind of hole, between your abs, which it's just not a good thing to have, and just looks not that nice. So I was I was really afraid to getting it, and I could feel that my stomach is not as strong as it used to be. So I stopped doing it, and I thought, I'll get back to it later. So I started very early to, instead of kind of making a nice aerial straddle, doing things pretty low and just jumping up instead of lifting up.
Yeah.
And I stopped, with the kind of like deadlifts and all these planks and stuff like that. I also didn't do that too much. So I tried to kind of do more flow and pretty nice and easy shapes. I was a little bit of chicken, and I can see some girls today who are pregnant, and they're doing stuff which is much more tough than I was doing, and they're feeling cool with it, and that's super nice. I'm pretty sure that they got it.
Yeah.
And they're doing the good thing. So I'm always advocating for, you don't have to stop pushing yourself just because you're pregnant. You just need to just scale it a bit down if you want to, if you feel like it.
Yeah.
If you're feeling great, you're not sick, why?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can still be super active, and you can still be pretty badass when you're pregnant.
I mean, and you were not a badass and you were not super active. I mean, come on.
No, but I also kind of started, right? I mean, I was at the pole sport competition worlds, right? I was in a really good shape. So for me, it was stepping down from it, right? Yeah. And of course, it was like one day I wake up and I look at myself and I start to gain some kilos. And it's also funny, right? Because the stomach is not the first thing that starts to grow. First thing is the ass. And I'm like, okay, come on, the baby is not in my ass. Why is my ass growing? And it's like, it's kind of you just start to be a bit fuller. And then one day you look at yourself and you're like, oh my God, I look so feminine and so sexy. Next day you wake up, you're like, oh my God, I'm so fat. What is happening? Why do I look like this? So It's really like kind of, but most of the time I was pretty happy with myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, and I was like, be kind to yourself and make breaks and don't push it, because I can always come back. I'm 30. I can just, even if I skip a whole year of training, I can still come back strong at 32, 33 until pension, right? So I have all the time in the world to come back, so don't stress. But still, I had some days, when you come to the studio and you realize you just don't have the energy. You do have much less energy. It's tough. It's difficult to kind of like, you're out of energy even before you get sweaty sometimes, Yeah. It's like I'm trying to do a warm-up and I can feel that I'm not warm, but I'm out of power. Oh. So it was a really fun feeling, And I could just like, instead of training for 2 hours, I would just train half an hour and cry for 1.5 hours.
Oh my God.
I had days like this too. Yeah.
I'm going to ask about the mood swings and, like how this affected, like, if you felt that you're like really, down with your mood and you're sad, angry or whatever, like, did pole dancing help you actually, or did it just, like, it didn't do anything?
I mean, I didn't really feel any, I can't say I felt a lot of mood swings. I mean, I think I was pretty adequate, I was pretty okay, but it was just more, the frustration of, I knew that I could do this 2 months ago. Why can I not do it now? Like, why? I'm training just as much. I'm still, I didn't gain that much. Why can I not do it? Come on. Mm-hmm. So it was really frustrating to have this transition of, you don't really look pregnant. You don't really feel pregnant, but you're already weaker.
Yeah.
So that moment, it was a bit like, Yeah. So, but yeah, once you have the belly coming, you're like, okay, now that makes sense. That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. If the eyes see something, then we can comprehend it. Otherwise,
exactly.
What's going on? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
And so how was it? Like, once you were moving towards your due date, and you knew that you were going to give to your child.
Yeah.
How was that for your body and also for your mind? Because you can listen to your body, obviously.
Yeah.
Understand it pretty well. Did you feel like slight changes, or did you feel the effects that you actually are a very active person?
Honestly, I really think that the fact that I was so active, and I mean, I was trying to do something every day. So, if it's not a training, it's a long walk. And I was jogging like very slowly up until the 8th month, not running, very slowly jogging, just to get the cardio a bit up. And I was doing like the adjusted version of the push-ups, where you're just like in a downwards dog, kind of stuff like that, where the stomach is out of the picture and it's just shoulders and chest. Mm-hmm. So all the time. And I really think that that was one of the reasons why my pregnancy was so good. I really, 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 really believe that. Mm-hmm. Because I knew that, I have to move. I just have to. And every time when I was doing something, there were a few times actually when I didn't feel so good. I had one, I decided that now that I'm pregnant, I'm going to hire a personal fitness trainer.
Okay.
Because I'm going I'm going to do that because I'm going to ask him of exercises that could be a little bit kind of make my exercising routine a bit more suitable for the group muscles that I want to work on now. Yeah. And there was a guy and he gave me some exercise. I don't think he had any clue about what pregnant people or not. He just had these standard things he gave to everybody and then he gave them to me. And I tried it and I had super much pains in my ligaments. Like this, it kind of feels like a stomach pain.
Oh, fuck.
But I could feel that it's just like ligaments feeling really, really bad. And there was one day where I was really in pain and I thought, you know what? I don't need anybody else to tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. It's just my own feeling about it. And I should be my own coach for how many repetitions I should do and how many, there shouldn't be anybody standing and telling me because that's just not a good time now.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, this is really not the best time to hire someone, is it?
Exactly. It was super stupid. So I never came back to that guy. But honestly, all of my friends who I know, all of my friends who are pregnant, everybody who never did any sports, they like complained so quickly in their pregnancy about pains in their backs, in their knees, in their neck, in their shoulders, and etc. And everybody who kept super active and were like really strong and athletic, for them it was just like nothing.
Wow,
not a big deal. I really believe that it's a crucial thing.
Yeah, that's important to understand because I feel like that has been my observation, but it's good to hear it like firsthand from somebody who just went through all of this, and now you have a little daughter and she's healthy and you're healthy, and just seeing that actually after giving birth to a child you're like still very fit. Like it didn't just disappear, everything,
No, for sure not.
So
for sure.
About once the child was there, I mean, everything changes then. But how did your new body without the other human being that was living there for 3 months?
I mean, first of all, I was so lucky. It was the quickest and the easiest birth anybody could wish for. It was just so nice. It was so quick. I mean, when she was out, I was like, was that it?
Oh my
honestly, it was so quick. It was so nice. I'm so happy. Thank you, God. Mm-hmm. So that's very lucky, of course, because it's a different story when people have, C-section, which is operation that needs to heal. It's a different story when people have a lot of stitches that need to heal, and etc. I was like, of course, first 2-3 days, it feels so funny because first of all, obviously, you give birth, you look at yourself and you still have the stomach. It's still there. It's so weird. And it's just like a balloon that just like empty. It's so funny. And you're completely out of breath. Like, I thought, okay, the day after I feel great. I'm going to go for a long walk. You start walking and you just can't breathe. You feel like this big hollow thing inside you that just the air, it's so hard to explain, but it's like impossible to breathe for the first few days after. Even though I would think it would be different, right? It would be like so light.
Yeah.
but I just felt like, because all the organs are kind of pushed around, so you just have like a big hollow hole in the middle.
Oh God.
That is so weird. So
Yeah.
weird. I ended up gaining 16 kilos altogether. And now 5 weeks after, I'm 64. So I still have, and I started at 56. So I still have like 8 kilos to drop.
Okay.
Which is okay. Like, visually, I think I'm actually look pretty okay, I mean, it is a bit tough, I kind of started off with six pack and everything, and now it's just all soft and kind of.
Now you're a person, not a machine.
I mean, it feels so weird, but I think it looks great, and it looks fun, and I just need to be patient and just let it be. I mean, I'm not in a hurry. I don't have to go walk Victoria's Secret, tomorrow. I'm not in a hurry to get back to good shape, like to perfect shape, So
Yeah.
I just let myself kind of chill a bit and eat some nice ice cream now that it's summer, and kind of not stress too much about it. Because, honestly, it was also pretty hard to be motivated. When I was pregnant, it was pretty hard to be motivated to like keep a diet. Because, okay, if you're on a very like strict, of course, healthy diet, right? I'm not talking about like some crazy diets. I'm just talking like cutting out Nutella and ice cream.
Yeah.
So if you like stay super healthy in your food, you're going to gain 14 kilos. And if you just eat all the ice cream you can fit in, you're going to gain 18.
Yeah.
You're still gaining a lot. You're still going to end up with a pretty wobbly, bubbly body on the other side. So it's really not that motivating to say, okay, I'm just going to restrict myself. Oh, no. Oh.
So now you're going back to, eating more healthier, or are you just letting it flow again and, just seeing how time?
The thing is that, I was, I never really stick to any diet in my life. Like I was always eating as much candy as I wanted, and I am insane about candy. I mean, I need it. I love it. I can have a bottle of Nutella in a week, and I need it for survival. I mean, and of course, because I was training a lot, I have a pretty good metabolism. So it's kind of these things that they don't stick, right? But of course, now it's different. So I have to change my eating habits a little bit. So just restrict myself a bit. I have to, because of course I don't have time to train as much right now, especially now. Yeah. So yeah, but I have started to train again, like the week after giving birth. What I did, I was just sitting down because, of course, any kind of you're not supposed to do anything at all that involves your pelvic floor and your core. Nothing. So I would just have some light weights, like 2 kilos in my arms, and I would just sit on the couch and just do some small things that could make me feel like I'm moving. Yeah. So very, very nice and easy. And then let's say 4 weeks after, I could already feel like 2 weeks after, actually, I tried to get up the pole. And that was okay. So nothing crazy, just climb up nice and easy, slowly. It was such an amazing feeling to like be spinning and be up it was like amazing.
Freedom.
Yeah. And then I tried to dance a bit. And I mean, now I feel like I could slowly start to, I tried to do some handstands also. That was okay. But actually there was, I could feel a lot. I think that's something that people need to be careful with. You do get the pretty weak joints. Plus 8 kilos. Yeah, so the wrists, they're not happy about the 8 kilos and about the whole after pregnancy state. So it was just very, very light, very careful exercises where I don't stay for a long time. And actually yesterday and today I went for my first long runs.
Nice.
That is so, so, so nice.
Yeah.
So and so I feel like in 2 weeks I can slowly start to straddle up and do some abs.
So slowly but steadily, you're like adding new movements and new
exactly. Exactly.
So when are you going back to teach again? What is the time schedule for that?
So September. I will go back to my studio in September and have like 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week, just probably teaching beginners and exotic.
Yes, of course.
Of course, I can't wait. Seriously, you know, it's so funny. I dream of different combinations in my head every day.
Oh my!
Every day, like, you know, I walk around and I have to like feed the baby, or, you know, she's crying. I have to like do, and I'm just like, okay, I just need to remember this. And what if I put my leg this way and then turn that way? So I just can't wait to have some time actually to try it out.
Yeah, so the mental images are already there. You're just waiting for the moment.
I just need to find out, is it actually possible? Because sometimes, you know, in the head is much easier than in life.
To me, it's always like that. So,
yeah.
Once you get back to teaching, how do you think? Do you think you will train even more? You know, like at home, or will you just stick to this schedule? Like, I mean, everything happen, but like, what's in your head right now?
To be honest, you know, I was my plan. I was always saying that I really want to sign up for a competition in April.
Oh wow!
And I was like, yeah, I was really determined to do that. And right now, after having the baby and all that, I'm just thinking, I don't think that that's still my plan, to be honest. Just simply because I don't think it's worth it. I think physically it is possible, yeah, but time-wise,
yeah.
I mean, I have a little baby, right? It's her first year, and it's nice to be with her. It's nice to spend time with her. And, you know, my training is not going to go away anywhere. But, you know, the baby, she's not going to be 1 year forever. She's going to be older. She's going to go to kindergarten. And, you know, and it's just like, it's my year with her. And I want to enjoy it. And there's no need to stress about it. And, you know, just simply like, she's so small. And, you know, every time when I'm like, when I just had her, I thought, you know what, I can just still go out, just take a stroller and go shopping. I can still just like put her in a stroller and go out to, you know, some noisy restaurant and sit there with my friends. Like, no, you cannot do that just because she's upset. It's too much for her. She doesn't like so much noise, and, you know, and that's the most important thing. So if I will have to go to a competition, it's like, what does that mean? I will have to carry her with me. Competitions are always in the evening. Then I have to breastfeed and then go on. It's just like, it just sounds like a really bad plan. So wait, chill, and come back when you have the time and motivation. And when, you know, the baby needs me right now, right? It's like you are the only thing that it needs to survive. It needs the dad. My baby needs the dad to survive, yeah. But in general, you know, you're there for her and you're the only thing she needs to survive. And it's just I feel kind of not just bad, but like, why would I exchange it for something else right now if I can always catch up, you know?
Exactly.
Like my training is not going to go anywhere. I know exactly where my 6-pack is, and I know where to go and get it.
Of course. So. That's amazing, because I mean, sometimes we put pressure on ourselves just because, you know, in our heads, we construct this reality where we think we can, you know, some sort of overachievers or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much. And, you know, and it's also like, I was also thinking, okay, I need to put something on my Instagram because it's really dying. But, you know, I mean, most of the people who I have in there is people I know. And I know that they know me. They know what's happening in my life. And it's not like they're just going to be like, oh, unfollow her. Yeah. Ew, 8 kilos plus. Oh, what is that? I mean, no one's going to do that. And it's just normal. It's just life. So
I think it's very inspiring to see, you know, somebody becoming a mother, and then, you know, how do they go back to their training, or do they come back the same way? Because maybe could have also decided, well, you know, pole dance is not my thing anymore. That's also an option. You never know.
But I never had it. Like, it was never an option for me because I know I love it so much. I mean, it's my, you know, it's actually, the pole is like a big part of my home decor. You know, it's standing in the middle of my living room. There's no way around it. I'm doing it. And so is my daughter, by the way. And so is my daughter.
I was so, about that. Yes, I love it.
For sure. For sure. I mean, and honestly, I'm probably a really bad mother, but I'm pretty sure she's going to try pleaser shoes before some other children. Yep. Oops.
I mean, every little girl. I remember when I was a little girl, like 6 or 7 years, like when we were passing by shops, I always wanted those shoes. So
exactly. So yeah. For sure she's gonna do pole. I know that. And even if that's not gonna be her, biggest crazy kind of hobby like mine, I know she'll still do it.
Yeah.
Just because it's cozy to do it together, I think, right? When she's old enough.
Yes, perfect.
But I know I will. I mean, I'm really looking forward to come back, and I really hope that, I will be in place where I can again kind of, travel a little bit and give classes and etc. Because it's something I really, really, really like. Yes. So it's really nice. So I hope there will be still a place for me in the pole dance world, when I'm back and when I have the time.
Yes,
in half a year. So.
Yeah, Katja Heels is always welcome in the
pole. Yay!
Your intuition has changed during the pregnancy or after giving birth. Do you feel like you're more connected or like differently connected? Or is it
connected? Do you mean? Oh, sorry. Do you mean in terms of my body or just in general, like this feeling for?
Yeah, just the feeling, because like especially when you're dancing, you need to be connected to yourself to be a good dancer. Like that's not a secret. It's difficult to do, but do you feel like you have more, like of that feeling, or is it still the same?
It's a funny question. I haven't really thought about it, to be completely honest. But, I think, I don't know even, I haven't even thought about it. It's a very interesting question to ask. I think for sure it will change now. Yeah. Because I think that, it's a very cool and very deep experience, right? To be pregnant, to have a baby and all that. So I'm pretty sure that, for example, if I'm... when I'm dancing, or if I will ever, hopefully I will do ever competitions again and do performances again for sure, I think there will be something different that I will bring into my character, or just like a different vibe that I would like to have on stage. I think so. Because maybe there is, it's very stereotypical that I'm going to say now, but there is some kind of a difference in the way you perceive yourself and maybe others perceive you from when you are just like a girl dancing in heels into you're a mom, Mm-hmm. I don't feel it so much in terms of, when I look at myself, I don't see, now you have to be a responsible mother. And like, no. But yeah, I don't know.
There's something.
I just think, there's just more. And I think, when you are, for example, a dancer or a painter or whatever kind of artistic thing you do, it's a reflection of your experiences. It's a reflection of what you experienced in life. And I had a pretty cool experience lately. So I'm pretty sure it's going to do something to the way I see myself and to the images that I want to have, on stage, for example.
I'm really looking forward to observing that. It will be so interesting to see the change.
Actually, you know what? I have this idea, and I know that people will hate me for it, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do that. Maybe, let's see. But I have this dream of making, doing a competition or something like that, or doing a performance and bringing my baby out on stage. I would love it so much. Like, like something controversial, like a little baby Jesus. I don't know, like I haven't...
Lion King, like when he holds the little lion.
Yes, exactly. Like there is so much space for baby prop.
Oh my!
And I feel like there's a really huge gap in that.
It's always it's always great to have those fantasies, and whatever will. Maybe nothing. Maybe it will be an amazing performance.
I don't know. Maybe it will be just horrible, and she'll just cry and poop all over. I don't know.
It's Interesting idea. I mean, why not?
Why not? I mean, now that I have her, I might as well use it for something. Might as well use it for my own advantage, because right now I'm just doing so much for her. She might as well pay back the favor,
Of course, with her.
Yeah.
When
Exactly. Give me some points with her cuteness. Yeah.
This is amazing. So before we come to an end, I have a few questions, like 3 questions for you, or sentences that you can complete.
Okay.
And just be spontaneous. So first thing that comes into your mind. So pole dance is?
Pole dance is passion.
Oh, that was quick. And if you're not motivated to train, what do you do then?
Just train. You just suck it up and train.
Just suck
it up. You know what? Motivation is not something that just comes naturally every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You have a plan and you stick to it, and that's it.
Okay, so
you have to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what is your biggest wish for the pole industry?
Money for the artists.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yes, I think people need to be paid for what they do.
Yeah,
and students need to pay them. Teachers need to be properly paid and pay taxes of what they earn, and have a decent, be able to make a living off pole dancing. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
We need it.
So one last thing is, I am putting together a playlist of all the interview partners here at the podcast. So what is a song that you want to add to this pole dance playlist? Like something that you're really, like something that motivates you maybe, or something that you just love to listen all the time, or just something that right now is your favorite.
You know what? Right now I have this song that I found the other day and I didn't know about it. It's from the Bishop Riggs, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same guys that have this like a river, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And they have a song called My Baby. Oh my God, it's the most sexy song in the whole world.
Oh my God, I have to listen to it now.
Actually, you know what? I will just check the name of it quickly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I will just check quickly the name for this song, because you have to listen to it. And maybe, maybe sometimes you just find out a song and you think, wow, I found it. And then you find out that the rest of the world already knew about it for years and years and years. And it's a super old song that everyone else knows about. It's called Baby.
All right. I'll put it on
Baby. Yes. Bishop Briggs, Baby. Oh my God.
Perfect. That was an amazing interview. Thank you so much for all your insights that you were sharing.
Thank you so much for willing to ask me, because when you experience this, you're just so happy to share. You just want to tell everybody how you feel, and it's just so nice. Thank you, Tuni.
Oh, thank you. So, I hope to see you soon again on some workshops or, on stage. And I'm really looking forward to your new me.
Thank you so much. I hope so too. And I'm really looking forward to be back and have some more time to train and, to start all over again and see you as well. And I'm pretty sure that, I have family living in Düsseldorf. So I'm pretty sure I will be there this year. Mm-hmm.
So
I hope we will be able to cross.
Yes, that will be
all
right.
Big kiss, big hug. Mwah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao. Thank you.